There's so many of them. It's like semen.
Oh yeah. I was walking into work, and because we have the big carport where all the news vans hang out, and they were just dive bombing all around me. But then also that we have birds that live there, so the birds were dive bombing the cicadas. So like I'm dodging cicadas and birds.
And then like drones were coming in, like military drones. And we're like, what the fuck is going on?
And some fucking ISIS guy jumped up. Went, la, 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 la.
Can you just imagine?
That's important. Welcome to the Basement Lounge podcast with your hosts Mike Shea and Mike Wells. Sit back, grab a drink, relax. Let's see where the time takes us. Enjoy.
Imagine like joining ISIS but not realizing it's actually ISIS. Like, oh man, I met these great groups of people that are really religious. Like
talking about bringing peace to the world. Yeah. and sounds a little militia-y there, Dave.
But overall, I mean, like we lost one last week, but
like they're big on not eating beef and taking care of cows and all that.
They really like 9/11. Like celebrate it.
It's what? Weird. It's big with them.
Like real big. It's like their July 4th.
Weird segue, but did you hear the news about Juneteenth?
Didn't it get passed as like a holiday?
In the Senate today, unanimously.
Good.
And so now it's got to go to the House where all good things go to die.
Yeah, we'll get passed in the House.
You would think. I mean, Mitch McConnell's going to have to do some fucking Cirque du Soleil acrobatic shit to find a reason to vote against that.
Well, like, I can't remember. Is it just majority or is it like 60% or something like that?
Well, first he's got to have it because he's not the House majority leader anymore.
There's no House majority leader. So no, because the Democrats own the House and the Senate.
That's true. Well, then, I forget how the House works, but Juneteenth is this Saturday.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to get it passed before Saturday, because it would be kind of shitty if it passed on June 20th, and then you got to wait an entire literal fucking year to actually. It's like, just missed it.
I literally just saw that on my Facebook. I was actually kind of not shocked. I mean, it should happen. Surprised it hasn't. Like, I think it's something nobody's really thought about.
Yeah, well, because I think it's one of those days too that I feel like up until recently a lot of people still didn't really know what it was. Yeah. Like even me, I had heard that, and honestly, I attributed a lot to, and I know this is weird, but that show Blackish.
I've never watched Blackish.
They did a whole episode just about like what Juneteenth was and what it meant, and it's a great show. Really funny, but does thoughtful stuff in a really good way. Like they talked about like the whole, and it wasn't George Floyd, but one of the other police shootings and the Black Lives Matter stuff, and like they did a whole episode about that, and they did, obviously when Trump got elected, did a whole one about that, and it's a cool show. But yeah, they did an episode about Juneteenth, which is where I learned mostly about it, because that wasn't something that when I was in school that was being taught about.
I really honestly don't know that much about it.
From what I understand, it's the day that news reached the southern states that slavery had been ended. Yeah. It wasn't the day that the slavery ended. It was the day that like everyone found out about it, I guess, because news traveled slow back then. So
just imagine like back then, like finding out like somebody had AIDS, but you found out like months after they died. That was weird.
It's a weird fucking comparison.
I know. I'm not trying to compare those two, but
it's not any weirder than two pasty white guys talking about the importance of Juneteenth. So.
Yeah. with fucking like fucking sleeveless shirts on. Jesus Christ.
We're off to a great start.
I know.
But yeah, no, I think that's cool. I still am kind of like it's cool that this one got passed, but like making lynching a federal hate crime still hasn't passed.
That blows my mind.
Yeah. How is that not already a thing?
Jane Lynch?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't.
The fuck?
I don't know. I really don't know how that's not a federal. Yeah,
I know.
Federal hate. I don't understand how that cannot.
You would think like when.
But like, what's the difference between lynching and hanging somebody?
Lynching is when it's a mob, I believe.
Okay, because I don't know the difference between the two. But that's the only thing I can think of.
Because I've heard the term used.
Maybe
I think lynching is when it's like by a mob as opposed to being hanged, which is like I don't know. Somebody Google it.
I don't
feel like it.
I mean, it should be federal hate crime. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
There's a lot of things that should be a federal hate crime. There's a lot of things that shouldn't be crimes that are, when you think about like marijuana incarcerations and stuff like that.
Stupid.
It's yeah.
Okay. So that's the most fucked up thing is now that like companies can sell weed and there are people in for selling weed.
Yeah. I can go buy CBD at Speedway.
I mean, CBD is a little bit different.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's the same fucking thing. I mean,
but now the fact that like there is doctors can prescribe weed, companies can sell it, states it's legal, and there's still people like incarcerated because of selling weed is
for a long time, for decades.
And it's realistically they should all be overturned at that point.
You would think like once it becomes like federally legalized. I mean, I know there's like fancy legalese for why it couldn't be, but I know because Obama commuted a whole bunch of those sentences before he left office.
I think Trump did too, somewhat.
He did one for, what was it, Kanye's aunt or something like that, or it was somebody that Kim and Kanye knew. Yeah. She went to the White House and pleaded on her knees. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. Something like that, but it was somebody that like was part of it. It was like a member of Kanye's family or something like that. And so I mean, so yeah, he did technically, but
the thing is, it's just like if it becomes legal, like federally, you can't. What's the argument?
Yeah.
What's your? Well, you sold it in the past. What's legal now?
Yeah.
Did he stab somebody when he sold it in the past too at the same time?
Right. Like if he was selling weed and shot a guy, we can talk.
Yeah.
But at that point, if like that's all they're in there for, like what are they going to do? They're going to get out of prison and open a weed store and get their lives back on track and become a contributing member of society? Oh no.
Did you ever see the video where the sheriff's department raided a CBD place?
No.
They raided a CBD place and they got like warrants and everything to raid it. And then the reporter's like, you realize CBD is not weed, it's legal. And the cop was like, we did what? It was just so the look on his face was like, what?
Oh, that's fucking funny. That's fucking.
I can't remember how long ago that was, but it was like he was like all proud and
we grabbed all these CBD sodas and candies and oils and no more of this stuff on our streets. And like, dude, that's not weed. I'm sorry, what?
CBD's in weed, but that's not the weed part. You're talking about the THC part. What?
This is only the part.
What 3 letters are you just putting together? LOL.
Did you ever see that movie Rocket Man?
No.
Back in the 90s. And they're doing the checklist before the shuttle launches.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
It's like, let's see, AHT, TNT, TBS, USA, TLC.
God, I haven't seen that. That was a long time ago since I've seen that movie.
That's a good movie.
The Black Widow trailer. Well, Black Widow's coming out soon. I haven't seen Loki.
Episode 1's good.
Yeah, I heard.
Episode 1's pretty good. It's trippy. It's funny as fuck, though.
Is it?
Owen Wilson. I've never seen him do like serious stuff, and he's got a pretty serious scene in this first episode, and I was like, Jesus, dude,
you can act.
You can act.
You can act.
Nah, there's some great. It's a great episode. Great first episode. Yeah, I watched that.
I heard it referenced DB Cooper.
Yeah.
And I heard why, and I was like, that's actually fucking funny.
It's pretty fucking funny. Because when it's happening, I was like, what are they? No. And when it plays out, you're just like, son of a bitch.
That only makes sense in that. It's the best way to make that make sense in that universe.
It does. And I mean, like, it's funny because like they quote unquote like tie up some loose ends with Endgame. Mm-hmm. Kinda. They weren't really loose ends, but it was just one of those lingering questions, and they kind of just like they fix it like that. Like, look, guys, it's almost like they're telling the people who are bitching about it, like, it's not that important. We fixed it. Let's move on. There's like a little tease for Doctor Strange too, but it's really fucking subtle. Gotcha. I may be the only one picking up on it. I might be reading too much into it. But
I might, because there's only like 5 or 6 episodes. I might binge watch it.
Wait and binge it, yeah.
Because it comes out tonight, I think, a second episode.
Yeah, it's Wednesdays.
Oh, is it Wednesdays?
It's Wednesdays, I think. Well, that's when the first one was. I don't know about episode 2, but
No, I need to watch that. Fuck. I haven't really done last week. I haven't really watched a lot. I played a lot of video games.
Yeah.
A lot of video games, a lot of OnlyFans, a lot of AMC. I just want to throw that out there just to fucking piss you off.
I got done rewatching Community. Great fucking show. Season 5 sucks, but everything else is really good. Fuck Chevy Chase. And then I watched this on Disney Plus, the Mighty Duck series.
I heard that's good.
It's pretty fucking good, actually. I finished it today. It's only like 10 episodes long. It was good. It was cool.
It's weird. I think it's crazy that they brought that. I think it's weird. They're also the family's from Dayton.
What?
You didn't know that? They are from Dayton.
Who?
The Sheens.
Oh, that family. Yeah. Well, I know Martin Sheen is. I think
they lived here for a while.
Did they?
Like my ex-wife's family was like friends with their family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was like really kind of weird.
Yeah, because one of the theaters in the Neon is named like the Martin Sheen Theater. Yeah, that I knew. I thought you meant like the family like in the show or something. I'm like, no, the show's in Minnesota, dude.
Yeah. It's like, the Sheens.
Yeah, they are. Who the hell? I mean, there's a lot of people from here. Bruce Banner.
Is it? Oh yeah, technically,
in the comics, the Hulk is from Dayton, Ohio.
Isn't that fucking weird? Why would you choose Dayton, Ohio?
I don't know.
What, the movie Super 8, they referenced Dayton, Ohio in the movie Super 8.
Yeah, well, in The Boys season 2, they shit on Toledo.
Do they really?
Because
I still haven't seen.
I think no, it's season 1. It's season 1 when the Deep gets sent off. Like gets banished or whatever, and he's living in this shithole little apartment.
See, I haven't gotten that far yet.
You haven't gotten that far yet.
That's one show I need to start back up because I can't remember what episode I got to. I honestly can't fucking remember.
Did you see the dolphin?
That's the last episode.
That's the last episode.
Where you see the dolphin fly by him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gets even better.
Yeah, because after that he gets like banished away to I want to say it's either Sandusky or Toledo. But they just shit on Toledo the whole time. They shit on Toledo and Akron, and it's one big middle finger to Ohio. And I'm like, yeah, we deserve this.
No, that's one. I really need to catch up on that. Yeah. I don't know why I haven't. Like, I just haven't. Like, there's been so many good shows that come out lately.
Well, they just teased season 3.
Well, I think what happened is I'm watching Schitt's Creek. Me and my wife just got on Schitt's Creek.
So good.
That's probably one of the best written shows I've ever seen.
Oh my God, that show is amazing.
Like, David is by far my favorite character.
Oh, he's the best.
David reminds me of Robert Downey Jr. Like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Like I was like, if Robbie Downey, because I don't know if not Eugene, but what's David's real name?
Well, the actor's name?
Yeah, I can't think of his name. It's Eugene Levy's son.
Yeah, it's his actual. Well, he's the one who writes the show. Yeah. I can't think what his name is now.
So I don't know if how he identifies sexually, which it doesn't matter.
Well, I think because they say he's like pansexual or something.
Pansexual. Well, because I don't even know what pansexual is.
Well, it's not that. It's the one where because he's in there. He
doesn't care what.
Because he's having that conversation about wine. He's like, some people like white wine, some people like red. I like all wines.
So that's why, I don't know what that means. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care what that means. But like his character reminds me of Robert Downey Jr. was that.
Daniel Levy.
He's so fucking. Yeah. That's such a great fucking show. We're like on season 3, and I'm just like, holy shit. Like,
the show, because we started running the, he's pansexual. We started airing it, syndicated.
Is he pansexual in real life?
In real life, I don't know. I just know the character is.
I don't even know what pansexual means, honestly. I
think it just it means he just likes,
I'm Googling
things.
this right now.
Yeah,
because I've never honestly cared.
It's hard to. There's so many of them. It's hard to keep track of. Pansexual, not limited in sexual choice with regard to. So basically, just
whatever. Everything's on the table.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know if he is in real life. That's actually a really good question.
He just reminds me so much of Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, I get it. He looks so much like his dad too.
Oh God, it's crazy.
So much like Eugene Levy.
That show's so fucking funny.
It's so when we got it syndicated on Fox syndicates it.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's syndicated, so you can watch reruns of it on on Fox, like at 11 o'clock at night, because it's it's not a daytime show, and it's censored obviously for broadcast. But I remember when we got told we were going to start running it, I was like, that show is too good for us.
Yeah.
Usually when you get broadcast syndicated shows, it's like two broke girls.
Yeah.
I was like, we're getting Schitt's Creek. Why? We don't deserve that.
So well written.
It's like now that I've watched, because I didn't watch it when it was on. I binged it on Netflix.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Yeah.
Because the last Emmys, it won fucking everything, and I was like, is this show really that fucking good? And I went and watched it, and I was like, yes, it is. Holy shit.
Like, I don't know who my favorite, like, I feel like David's my favorite character, but they're all just, they play so far from what I've seen. Every character's played so well. Moira, I can't think of her name that plays her.
Catherine, fuck. I love her.
I can't think of her name right now.
She's my favorite character. The mom is my favorite character.
David's mine.
Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah, Catherine O'Hara.
The mom from Home Alone.
Yeah. She plays that so well. And my favorite part is, like, people always make fun of, like, why they don't understand where her accent is from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I just chalked it up to she is just super dramatic.
Like, well, and that's the thing in the show. They're like what I've noticed is, like, they've always, like, referenced they have no idea where her accent's from. Like, where's your accent from? But no, it's just so the funny stuff about that. I don't know if we talked about this before. So I think it's the end of season 1 or season 2. I can't remember. They're all dancing in the barn together.
I think it's the end of season 1.
They're all dancing in the barn. It was, I think, somebody surprised. I can't remember whose birthday it was, but they're all dancing.
I think it was for Moira.
It might have been. They're all
Moira's
dancing.
birthday, yeah.
They thought that was going to be the last episode.
Oh, really?
That's why everything was like, and it looks so, like, realistic, because they always thought, like, that was the last scene. Everybody was filming together.
Sure.
That's why they had everybody there.
Okay.
Because they thought it was done after that, and then it got picked up for more seasons.
Gotcha.
But then you kind of feel it in there too. You're like, man, this is a really good way to, like.
Yeah, because it was the season 1 finale, I think.
It was like a proper way to end the show, because they're like they finally, like, realized they were a part of the town, and then you're like, okay, cool. And then, like, apparently it got renewed when it should have, but
yeah. So you've never seen it before?
No.
Oh man,
like I said, season 3 is so fucking. We just finished the episode where they got the portrait. They found that portrait of them. That's the episode.
I love that show. That show, because it sets the bar so early on for like this is what the kind of thing you can expect.
Yeah.
Like when looking at the sign for the town, fucking her in the ass.
Oh, it's not. And then when they put the picture, it's not his sister.
Sorry, it's not his sister. It's not his wife. It's his sister.
Yeah, it's not his wife. It's his sister. God, that show makes you want to be a better writer. Comedic writer. Because I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
That's how Community was making me feel. Like, and that's Dan Harmon's baby. What's funny is, like, you can tell the season Dan Harmon wasn't a part of the show.
Really?
He was gone for like 1 season and it sucked.
That's shitty.
And he comes back and it just is so much better. And it's like, wow, so you guys really didn't know how to handle this show without him. And obviously he goes on to do, Rick and Morty, and that's all great. But the writing on Community is so, and I don't think you could do it without the right cast either, because you've got, Joel McHale, Ken Jeong, Donald Glover before anybody knew who the fuck he was. Chevy Chase is good while he's on there. I know Chevy Chase being Chevy Chase and all that, but yeah, it's one of the things, like, I'm watching it and I'm like, I wish I could write something this fucking clever. Mm-hmm. It's almost insulting. It's like, I am so shitty compared to this show.
Yeah. That makes you
go ahead.
That makes you feel like I can't.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. It makes, especially as a comic, you're like, fuck, like, you see that, like, I wish I was that good a writer. And then there's, like, comedians, I'm like, I'll never reach that potential.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like, that just don't make you want to quit. Like, there's comedians that make me want to quit comedy.
Yeah.
Not because, like, I hate them, because they're just, I'm like, this is pinnacle.
Yeah. I'm never going to be able to do this.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those.
And you're just like, fuck, what?
That's partially why I stopped watching comedy specials and listening to albums, because it was like, I listened to and watched this shit and I want to give up.
See, watching specials doesn't make me do it. When I see somebody live, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like,
I was when I went and saw Brad Williams. I left there. I was like, that was fucking funny. I got nothing.
Like, I ain't shit.
I have nothing.
This is done.
As many good sets as I've had, they've never been that fucking good.
It makes you go, fuck, what the hell am I doing? Why?
I started watching, I've avoided it for years. I started watching New Girl today.
Apparently that's funny.
I'm 4 episodes in.
That's Zoe Deschanel, right?
Zoe Deschanel. Yeah. And that's the reason I've avoided it. I don't like Zoe Deschanel.
Mm-hmm. She looks like her feet stink. I don't know. I don't know why. There's a type of people, man or woman, you can look at them and you go, that person's feet stink. What the fuck? Dude, like people who wear moccasins, fucking feet stink.
Well, yeah, because they're walking around in untreated animal hide.
Well, like I'm talking about those, like, here, what are those slippers? Those brown slippers that have like the white stuff in it.
Oh, the Uggs?
Not even Uggs. No.
I know what you're talking about.
Those things, yeah, those for sure. Everybody who wears those, feet stink.
Because all they do is just retain your sweat and your body. Yeah,
But to me, Zoe Deschanel looks like her feet stink.
I'm 4 episodes in. I don't hate it yet. Like the fact that I usually give everything 3 episodes and then I'll jump. I'm on episode 4, so it's kept me so far. I'm hoping someone becomes likable, because right now the 4 main characters are just really annoying and unlikable.
Apparently a lot of people like Schmidt.
See, I hate him most of all.
Yeah, but like that's what apparently it's like a love.
Oh,
you hate.
Yeah. In terms of like how, because like they have a running gag where they have a douchebag jar.
Yeah.
And whenever he does something douchey, he's got to like go put $1 in the jar or something like that. So like in terms of like how well he's written as a douchebag and portrays it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, spot on. I still hate him.
That's yeah.
It's like if I knew you in real life, I would kick you in the dick. Like
and I feel bad for those actors and actresses. They're like, your character is so hated, but you're such a nice person. Like fucking what's his face that played in Game of Thrones, the
guy who played
Joffrey.
Yeah,
he will never. I think he said he'll never.
He quit acting.
Yeah,
because that was his second. He had done bit part in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
And then he did Game of Thrones, and Joffrey was so hated, understandably so, but people were giving him shit. And this is kid's 12.
It's like not his fault.
Yeah. So he said he's done acting, which yeah, I totally get.
Who are other actors that like did so well at their job that people hate them in real life? Like other characters, I guess.
That's a good. Well, I don't know who she is, but Jeanette McCurdy, she was on that show iCarly on Nickelodeon. Yeah. She said she's not going to act again because, I mean, the character that she played was just kind of just really unpleasant, but she was really good at playing the character. And I guess she just was only getting typecast into those kinds of roles. So I think she has a podcast now, but yeah, she doesn't want to act anymore.
Wouldn't it be like also you could put Robert Pattinson there just because of fucking everybody hated Twilight?
Oh yeah, he just moved over to Indies.
Yeah,
I mean, Batman will be the first like big budget movie he's done in I don't even know how long.
God, I'm trying to think of other.
Well, I mean, I remember the Harry Potter movies. The actors who played his aunt and uncle, you know, who granted had been acting for decades, so it wasn't like they were going anywhere. But I mean, like were told constantly that like people, like kids would be, when they would go to like conventions, people would be afraid to come up and talk to them because they're thinking like, oh, they're these mean, nasty people. But it's like they're actually like very nice in real life. But they had been acting for 20, 30, 40 years at that point, so it didn't affect them a whole lot.
Well, apparently, the dude from in the original Karate Kid movies and Cobra Kai, the old master.
The Asian guy?
Not the Asian guy.
Oh, the kid that played Daniel?
Not Daniel. No, did you watch Cobra Kai?
I haven't watched Cobra Kai.
You motherfucker.
It's on YouTube Premium.
It's on Netflix.
Did it move to Netflix?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's why I never watched it.
I never watched it because I thought it was on the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
So it's on Netflix now.
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, well then now I'll fucking watch it.
Yeah, God, I thought you've watched it. No, the guy remember the Karate Kid? You obviously remember Karate Kid, right?
So the head of the head of Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Apparently the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because he does Cobra Kai, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Same character, plays the same character. Apparently the nicest guy in the world, though.
I believe it.
Yeah, he's so good at that. God, I can't believe I've never seen Cobra Kai.
If I had known it was on Netflix, I would have watched it by
That's
now.
the whole reason I didn't watch it. Like,
Yeah.
That's the reason why I did a free subscription to YouTube Live or whatever it was for like a second.
Fuck that.
So I caught the first 2 episodes.
Nah.
And I was like, all right. And then like obviously it ended, so I didn't do that. And then it went to Netflix. Me and my wife binged like it.
When did it go to Netflix?
Oh, like 2 years ago.
Son of a bitch!
I can't remember. Like 2 years ago, how'd it have been?
Shit. Okay.
I'm so excited for season 4.
And there's gonna I gotta get caught up.
That is oh my god! Like,
I've heard it's dope. I've heard it's great. When I get back from vacation, I'm gonna watch it. Okay.
My thing, okay, so I have a theory of why they came out with this show. So remember there was that that video where the guy made about how Daniel was actually the villain.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure somebody saw that and was like, "Wait a second, let's make like Johnny Lawrence like almost like the good guy." Because it follows Johnny.
Shit.
The other is
all. Oh yeah, it's named.
Daniel's
Cobra Kai.
also in it.
Is it Ralph Macchio?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no shit, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh
dude.
shit.
Dude, it has. I mean, obviously, I can't think of. Why can I think of the Asian actor's name? He's such a famous actor too, and I can't think of his name.
Oh, the guy who played Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm literally blanking.
I'm drawing a blank now too. Shit.
He's not in it because he passed away.
Oh, yeah, he's Pat Morita.
Yeah.
Pat Morita, yeah.
But they have what's her face, the girlfriend that was in it, because she's a big name actor too. She's in season 2 or 3.
I'm doing so bad here.
Why can't I think of it?
It's the same girl, right?
Yeah. She played in that one
Elizabeth Shue.
She played in a Vegas movie with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, Leaving Las Vegas. Yeah, that movie.
She's in it for like on season 3. Like, she was like a big actor for like a really long time.
Oh, cool.
So you're like, they got everybody to come back, and like apparently it was I want to say it was Ralph Macchio's idea. But my theory has always been they saw that video and then they're like, I think we can do this.
I'm into it. Okay. Yeah, I've heard the show is so good.
Well, you get so much backstory that you're like, okay.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Well, now that I know it's on Netflix, Jesus. Yeah. When I get back from vacation, I'm going to watch it.
So my favorite fight scenes ever recorded are the Daredevil fight scenes in the series, the nonstop ones.
Yeah, the single cam shots.
They kind of did. They have like each season has like one of those also.
Oh yeah,
and it's like they're like kids in their teens fighting.
No shit.
Yeah, it's not like adults. They're like they've got 16, 17-year-olds fighting,
doing these one take fight. Oh, that's cool.
And you're like, what the fuck?
Well, because they did that in Creed. They had that single take.
I've never seen Creed.
I've never seen Creed. There's at one point he's doing. There's a whole single take of him in a boxing match fighting the dude. I'm like, that's fucking impressive.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Well, the thing is, one reason why one of my favorite fighting scenes ever is is Daredevil season 1 in the hallway.
Oh yeah,
because the end of it, he is exhausted.
Yeah,
because he is exhausted in real life
because of what he just had to fucking do.
Because you're like, because I mean, that was like, and that's how like being a superhero would be. Like if you're a Batman or whoever, you would be tired as fuck after that.
Yeah, and Batman, and you remember, like, Batman, who apparently isn't allowed to eat pussy. We're gonna talk about that in a sec.
What the fuck?
We'll talk about that in a sec. Okay. Yeah, trained with fucking ninjas and shit over in Japan. Daredevil, the blind guy who just taught himself how to fight.
Yeah,
like
his dad was a boxer.
Yeah.
No, but like by the end of that fight, scene, you're like, I'm like, that's a fucking fight scene, because you're like, you could see it on him. He's just like,
well, you get to season 2 is the one in the stairwell, which is also just fucking crazy.
I don't know which one I like more though.
But then you get season 3.
I can't remember season 3.
Season 3 is in the prison when there's the prison riot. And it's 11 minutes long.
Oh yeah. I forget. Oh yeah. And the thing is, I always forget about that one because I also think the fight in the Punisher.
Oh yeah.
The Punisher, because I like the Punisher so much that I always forget about the Daredevil one.
Yeah, the Daredevil one. I timed it. It's 11 minutes long, one take, and it's a whole prison riot. It's like, so if somebody fucks up, they gotta set that shit all back up again. That's gonna take all fucking day.
What if they did it on one take? Like,
did it in the first take?
Yeah.
Guys, we got it. Shit. All right, cool. That's lunch.
Was it Charlie Cox?
Yeah.
Charlie Cox, like, thank
Well, it ends with him climbing into a cab, just fucking
done.
Spent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God, that is a great fight. I forgot it. Like, I always think about but Punisher's fight scene in the prison.
Yeah.
I forget about Daredevils.
Well, that's what made me hate Iron Fist even more, is because Iron Fist had none of that.
Yeah. Iron Fist. To me, the Iron Fist series was them just trying to get whatchamacallit together.
Trying to do him and Luke Cage or the whole Defenders.
The whole Defenders.
Yeah.
That's what Iron Fist to me reminded me of what Thor was. Their first Thor was
just that last piece.
Like, we have to do this just to get this going.
Well, and the other thing with Iron Fist was, they hired the kid from Game of Thrones, who I think was just really miscast. And then but unlike where Charlie Cox went into fight camp, and learned, this guy, I forget his fucking name, he didn't do any of that. He's not fighting in any of those fights. It's all a stunt guy, or it's so quick shot edited that you can't actually see what the fuck's going on. And it's like, so the Street Brawler has the most impressive fucking fight choreography at all these shows, and the professional godlike martial artist has jack shit.
Yeah.
And also, I thought the writing was piss poor. Every time he introduces himself, "Hi, I'm Danny Rand, the Immortal Iron Fist." What you don't tell that to the guy making your latte at Starbucks, dude.
Yeah. That's actually true. That is a very good point.
Yeah.
What was it? Fuck, I can't remember where I was going to go with that. I don't know.
It did feel fillery.
Yeah, it did. It really did. And the Defenders. Did they even do a season of?
They did an 8-episode season of the Defenders.
Yeah, but did they do a season of Daredevil after that?
Season 3.
Was season 3
Season 3 was after that.
It's just been so long.
Because at the end of the Defenders, nobody knows what happened to Matt.
Yeah,
season 3 picks up with him waking up in the fucking nunnery.
Because I didn't really like the Defenders that much either.
It was okay.
It was just a one night type thing.
It was one season. It was over the course of a week or something.
Was it a week?
Yeah.
I need to watch season 2, Jessica Jones 7-1. Never watched that. I liked the first season.
It's okay.
And I never did season 2 of
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
I heard it sucked, so I didn't get around.
I love season 1 up until they killed what's his face.
Oh yeah, when they kill off Mahershala Ali,
you're like, that is the dumbest fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, because also the biggest problem, I love all the exception of Iron Fist. I love all those shows. They all suffer from being too long because they're all 13 episodes. I'm like, if you would just make it 10. Because all of them, when they get to episode 8, they start doing a lot of filler and kind of dragging the plot out a bit, and it's like, all right, because the one with Luke Cage, he spends 3 episodes incapacitated, and I was like, you could skip all this shit. I don't need this shit.
The only one I do love, I forgot. I can't remember if I've seen season 2 or 3. I don't know if they did a third one.
Punisher.
So
they didn't do a season 3, but season 2 is fucking great.
I can't remember.
It's not as good as season 1.
Season 1. What is season 1 again?
Season 1 is just him with
fighting his buddy,
just fighting his buddy and hanging out with the tech guy and
yeah. I don't think I've seen season 2.
Season 2 is good. It's not as good as season 1. I mean, it's hard
because that's why I also get fucked up on Punishers, because Punisher was also part of Daredevil season.
Yeah.
So it's
which that season 2 of Daredevil is so fucking good. I think it's probably and I love season 3, but I still think season 2 is the best fuck. I am still pissed beyond belief that season 2 didn't win an Emmy.
Yeah, I really should have.
Because I thought there were 2 moments I thought especially John Bernthal should have won an Emmy. One was it's episode 3 or 4 where he's got Matt tied to the chimney and they're just fucking just debating shit. Mm-hmm. I thought that was really good. Mm-hmm. And then also after Daredevil rescues him and he just has a breakdown in the fucking cemetery. Mm-hmm. And then when he's talking to Karen in the diner about his wife, I'm like, how is this dude not getting nominated for a fucking Emmy for this? And then you remember it's a comic book show and it'll never fucking happen.
That's true.
But
apparently he used to have big anger issues too.
John Bernthal?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Which is weird because like you watch interviews with him now, like after Marvel, and he seems like the just the nicest, dorkiest dude ever.
Apparently he had like a bunch of like anger issues. Like he almost killed a dude.
Well, he kind of he strikes me as like Frank Grillo, as like those are the only roles he ever seems to get offered.
Yeah.
The two of them always seem to play the same fucking characters, and which is not their fault. Obviously, it's what they're getting offered. But
goddamn, season 2 is fucking fantastic.
It's so good. Even just the courtroom shit, the little bit of, and also let's take a moment to mention the fact over 3 seasons of Daredevil, Vincent D'Onofrio was never nominated for an Emmy.
It's also, and he did a fucking great fucking job.
Fucking criminal.
Yeah. I feel like there can never be another
Kingpin.
Yeah, he was so good.
Never happened.
I don't think it could be another there. Like Charlie, I mean, what's his face is supposed to be in the new Spider-Man movie.
That's what they're saying.
He's on the fucking thing, so it's like maybe that's the way they finally bring like.
I think what it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be Daredevil. I think Matt Murdock is going to be Peter Parker's lawyer.
No, that's what I keep on hearing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
You're not going to get Daredevil. We're going to be Matt Murdock, but then Murdock will be now. That's that end for them to bring. Like we can finally bring the TV shows.
Well, because season 3 ended with them wanting to start the law firm up again. And also Endgame was the first one to really acknowledge any of the TV shows because it had the guy playing Jarvis who was in Agent Carter.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I was like, oh, well, that's cool.
I think they also mentioned, didn't they mention like Luke Cage in Endgame or something? I can't remember. There was a mention of something about Brooklyn, I think, in Endgame.
I'd have to go back and watch it again. It's been a minute. But
I feel like I could be way off.
But yes, speaking of weird comic book shit.
Yeah, Batman pussy thing.
Yeah, apparently. So okay. So have you watched the Harley Quinn cartoon yet?
No.
You talk about good fucking comedic writing. It's one of the funniest fucking shows I've ever seen in my life. It's total satire. Like even the stuff with Batman is funny as fuck.
Okay.
Like there's a scene where like he's hanging out with Robin, who's it's Damian Wayne Robin, his son, who's like 12 years old. And he's all pissed off, so he brings him a sandwich. He goes, I made you your favorite sandwich. And Robin's like, no, Alfred made that sandwich. And Batman's like, well, I told him to make it, so it's like I made it. But I guess there was supposed to be a scene they were going to do in season 3 where like Batman and Catwoman were going to hook up, and Batman was going to be going down on Catwoman, and DC told them they weren't allowed to do that. And he's like, why? You're like, what? They're like, well, heroes don't do that. And he was like, they were like, what the fuck are you talking? You've got Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy hooking up in this show. Like
Batman doesn't eat pussy.
Like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Heroes don't eat pussy. No, DJ Khaled doesn't eat pussy.
But I will say the best thing to come of this has been Twitter's reaction, because the Twitter jokes about Batman eating pussy have been the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Trending on Twitter, but I did not know what was going on. It's like one of those things. I was like, oh, why is this trending? But I clicked on something else. I forgot about it.
That's DC told them they weren't allowed to have Batman going down on Catwoman, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You act like Batman has a choice. Catwoman has a whip. Trust me, he calls her ma'am in the bedroom. Yeah, no shit. Motherfuckers.
It's cat.
It's cat mistress to you. But yeah,
cat
like,
madame.
What a fucking, considering you got to like 3 years ago, there was a comic where like Batman gets the shit kicked out of him, and he goes back to the Batcave, and there's this whole series of panels of him like, you know, tearing his armor off in the Batcave, and there's like the vague shadow of his schlong in the comic, which, by the way, dude's packing, but it was like, so that's okay. Yeah. But we can't have him, you know, eating some pussy. Are you kidding me? Really?
He can't literally eat pussy.
He can't. I tweeted out, I think what I tweeted was like Batman doesn't just eat pussy, he gets justice for that pussy.
Justice.
It's been the funniest shit.
Maybe he doesn't eat pussy. Maybe he has like the Batarang do it for him.
It's got a bat vibrator. So here's one that's while we debate if Batman does, we can all agree Anakin Skywalker definitely did.
That's still weird. She met him as a kid.
It's been there's here's one from a comic where I guess Green Arrow went down on Black Canary, so they're like, oh, Green Arrow's the hero we deserve.
Black Canary.
Careful, she's a screamer. That means something.
That's actually genius.
Somebody said so Batman was told he can't eat pussy. So here's a quote from Under the Red Hood where he says, "But if I do that, if I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back."
That's fucking funny.
Great. It's fucking weird, but the results have been fantastic.
Why would a hero not eat pussy?
That's what heroes do.
Yeah.
Man. To quote Thor in Thor Ragnarok, it's what heroes do.
Eat
pussy.
Eat pussy. Heroes eat pussy.
Oh, let's get that trending. Heroes eat pussy.
Hashtag heroes eat pussy.
Yeah, they do. All right, folks, that'll do it for this week's episode of The Basement Lounge. If you want to follow us online, you can follow Mike Wells on Twitter and Instagram at MikeWTFWells. And you can follow me, Mike Shea, at Mr. Mike Shea on Twitter and Instagram as well. You can also follow this show on Twitter and Instagram at TBL_pod. And we got a brand new website under construction for you guys with some cool new stuff coming down the line as well. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we'll catch you guys again next week with another episode. And until then, as always, live well, rock on, take care, and bye-bye.